Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Diriye Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiti. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, Lord Nrsimhadev slays the king of the demons. Text number 45 onwards. So after Lord Nrsimhadev has killed the demon, he sat down on the throne of Hiranyakashipu and he was very, very angry. All the demigods approached him and they are offering their glorifications and prayers to the Lords. And in that sequence, text 45. Shri Siddha Uchu Yono Gatim Yoga Siddham Asadhur Aharshit Yoga Tapo Balena Nana Darpam Tam Nakher Vidadara Tasmai Tubhyam Pranatas Mun Nrsimha. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka prayed, O Lord Nrsimhadev, because we belong to Siddhaloka, we automatically achieve perfection in all 8 kinds of mystic power. Oh, this I think we studied yesterday. So Nrsimhadev Hiranyakashipu by his austerities and powers, he had taken away the powers of Siddhaloka residents, the Siddhas. But now since he was killed by Lord Nrsimhadev, so inhabitants of Siddhaloka also felt relieved. Text 46. Shri Vidyadhara Uchu Vidyam Pritak Dharanyanuratham Nishedha Agyo Balvirya Driptaha Sayen Sankhe Pashuvadhatastam Maya Nrsimham Pranatas Manityam. The inhabitants of Vidyadharloka prayed, our acquired power to appear and disappear in various ways according to the varieties of meditation was banned by that foolish Hiranyakashipu because of his pride and his superior bodily strength and his ability to conquer others. Now that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has killed him just as if the demon were an animal, unto that supreme pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev, we eternally offer a respectful obeisance. So we can just get to imagine only how powerful Hiranyakashipu was. With the others, they could appear and disappear anytime, and Hiranyakashipu banned this. No, you cannot do that. Can you imagine any president of any country doing that? No way. Why Hiranyakashipu did that? Because he had performed that austerity, and it was such a great austerity. And by that, he got all this benediction from Lord Brahma. With that, he became powerful than any other person in the universe. So that's how powerful austerities are. But the problem is, demons always use it to hurt others. Devotees use it to help others, to serve others. Of course, devotees don't do any austerities to get some power, but even if they do have some powers, their mentality is to serve others. Shri Naga Uchu Yena Papena Ratnani Sri Ratnani Hirtani Naha Tadvaksha Patane Nasam Dattananda Namostute. The inhabitants of Nagaloka said, the most sinful Hiranyakashipu. Now he went to Nagaloka also. What did he do? He took away all the jewels from our hoods and all our beautiful wives. Now since his chest has been pierced by your nails, you are the source of all pleasure to our wives. Thus we together offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Whoa. No one is peaceful if his wealth and wife are forcibly taken away. All the inhabitants of Nagaloka, which is situated below the earthly planetary system, were in great anxiety because their wealth had been stolen and their wives kidnapped by Hiranyakashipu. Now Hiranyakashipu having been killed, their wealth and wives were returned, and their wives felt satisfied. The inhabitants of various lokas or planets offered their respectful obeisances unto the Lord, because they were relieved by the death of Hiranyakashipu. Disturbances similar to those created by Hiranyakashipu are now taking place all over the world because of demoniac governments. As stated in the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the men of the governments of Kali Yuga will be no better than rogues and plunderers. Thus, the populace will be harassed on one side by scarcity of food and on the other by heavy taxation by the government. In other words, the people in most parts of the world in this age are harassed by the ruling principles of Hiranyakashipu. So that is why in this Kali Yuga, people are just disturbed all over the world because everybody is there to harass them. Government, the other people, and the thieves and rogues. That's all is happening all over the world. And how can anybody live in peace? Forget about happiness. So even the inhabitants of Nagaloka were relieved. Shri Manva Uchuhu Manbo Vayam Tav Nidesh Karino Diti Jain Deva Paribhuta Setvaha Bhavata Khala Up Samhrita Prabhu Karvamate Kim Anushadhi Kinkaram. All the Manus offered their prayers as follows. As your order carriers, O Lord, we the Manus are the lawgivers for human society. But because of the temporary supremacy of this great demon, Hiranyakashipu, our laws for maintaining Varnashram Dharma were destroyed. O Lord, now that you have killed this great demon, we are in our normal condition. Kindly order us, your eternal servants, what to do now. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord Krishna refers to the Varnashram Dharma of 4 Varnas and 4 Ashrams. He teaches people about this Varnashram Dharma so that all of the human society can live peacefully by observing the principles for the 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions. So, Varna and Ashram, and thus make advancement in spiritual knowledge. The Manus compiled the Manu Sahita. The word Sahita means Vedic knowledge. And Manu indicates that this knowledge is given by Manu. The Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord and sometimes empowered living entities. Formerly, many long years ago, Lord Krishna instructed the Sun God. The Manus are generally sons of Sun God. Manur Ikshvakve Abravit. So, therefore, while speaking to Arjuna about the importance of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Imam vivasvate yogam proktvan aham avyayam vivasvan manave patraha. So Vivasvan gave it to Manu. This instruction was given to Vivasvan, the sun god, who in turn instructed his son Manu. Manu gave the law known as Manu Sahita, which is full of directions based on Varna and Ashram concerning how to live as a human being. These are very scientific ways of life, but under the rule of demons like Hiranyakashipu, human society breaks all these systems of law and order and gradually becomes lower and lower and lower and lower. Thus, there is no peace in the world. The conclusion is that if we want real peace and order in the human society, we must follow the principles laid down by the Manu Sahita and confirmed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Manu Sahita are the laws laid down by Manus. And Manu Sahita means it's for Manavs, for the human beings. And human beings means those who follow Varnashram system. So the Manu Sahita has all the laws according to Varnashram system that human beings should follow for real peace and order. But demons like Hiranyakashipu, they don't want these laws. They want to have their own set of laws. And when Hiranyakashipu just discarded these laws of Manu Samhita, then there was chaos all over the world, because only the demons were ruling, and all the divine or intelligent Brahmins and Kshatriyas, they were just destroyed. And this is what Prabhupada is saying. This is what is happening even right now. Nobody wants to follow Manu Samhita. The Supreme Courts everywhere, or the Congress, or the Constitution, it's not based on Manu Samhita. It's based on whatever the founding fathers of that country think is right. And after that, so many laws or so many things have changed in every country. Just like we read about all these ridiculous laws, even in the Indian Constitution or Indian Penal Code. So that those laws are based on the trends in the society. Instead of society being governed by the principles laid out in the scriptures, the laws are being governed by the trends of the society, which is going down and down and down and down in this Kali Yuga. And the reason they're going down is because we are not following the scriptures. And if we make laws based on that downward trend of the society, what is going to happen? More downward trends, more problems. Shri Prajapatayochu Prajesha Vayam Te Paresha Bhisrishta Na Yen Praja Vai Srijamo Nishiddha Sa Esha Tvaya Bhinna Vakshanushete Jagana Mangalam Sattvamurte Avataraha. The Prajapatis offered their prayers as follows. O Supreme Lord, Lord of even Brahma and Shiva, we the Prajapatis were created by you to execute your orders, but we were forbidden by Hiranyakashipu to create any more good progeny. Now the demon is lying dead before us, his chest pierced by you. Let us therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto you, whose incarnation in this form of pure goodness is meant for the welfare of the entire universe. So even Prajapatis, they were told by Hiranyakashipu, no more progeny, no more good progeny. So even they could not do anything. They could not just not follow the orders. So even now they were relieved. Shri Gandharva Uchu Vayam Vibhote Nat Natya Gayaka Inatma Sadhavirya Balojasa Krita Sa Esha Nito Bhavata Dashamimam Kim Utpathastha Kushalaya Kalpate. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka prayed, your lordship, we ever engage in your service by dancing and singing and dramatic performances. But this Hiranyakashipu, by the influence of his bodily strength and valor, brought us under his subjugation. Now he has been brought to this low condition by your lordship. What benefit can result from the activities of such an upstart as Hiranyakashipu? By being a very obedient servant of the Supreme Lord, one becomes extremely powerful in bodily strength, influence, and effulgence, whereas the fate of a demoniac upstart is ultimately to fall down like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu and persons like him may be very powerful for some time, but the obedient servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the demigods, remain powerful always. They are victorious over the influence of Hiranyakashipu by the grace of the Supreme Lord. So this point we have to understand. Of course, when the demons are in the lead, or they are powerful, very, very powerful, and the devotees are being harassed, we think that The demons are more powerful than even God, because he is not coming to save his devotees. But the God comes on his time, whenever he is scheduled to, or whenever he finds it necessary to come. And definitely, paritrana sadhunam vinasha dushkrita. It is going to happen. It just, God takes his own time. Maybe to test the devotees, maybe to test their surrender, to test their prayers, and to let demons think, oh, they are very powerful. And in the process, they commit so many offenses. And then the Lord comes. It always has happened like that. And it will always happen like that, even in the future. So all we have to do is not to lose faith in the Lord and carry on with our devotional service with more determination, more resolution, more rigorous devotional service. And the Lord will definitely come to protect his devotees. And this is what Prabhupada says, that but the obedient servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the demigods, remain powerful always. Demons can sometimes become more powerful, but not always. Text 51. Shri Charana Uchu, Hare Tvangri Pankajam Bhavapavargam Ashritaha, Yadesha Sadhu Hrijyas Tavaya Sura Samapitaha. The inhabitants of the Charan planet said, "Oh Lord, because you have destroyed the demon Hiranyakashipu, who was always a stake in the hearts of all honest men, we are now relieved, and we eternally take shelter of your lotus feet, which award the conditioned soul liberation from materialistic contamination." The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his transcendental form of Narhari, Narasimha Deva, is always ready to kill the demons who always create disturbances in the minds of honest devotees. To spread the Krishna consciousness movement, devotees have to face many dangers and impediments all over the world. But a faithful servant who preaches with great devotion to the Lord must know that Lord Narasimhadev is always his protector. So that faith and that devotion has to be there. Shri Yaksha Uchu, Vayamanuchara Mukhya Karma Bhiste Manogyas, the ihas diti sutena prapita vahakatvam, satu jan paritapam tat kritam janatate, narhar upanitah panchatam panchavinsha. The inhabitants of Yakshaloka prayed, "O controller of the 24 elements, we are considered the best servants of your Lordship because of rendering services pleasing to you. Yet we engage as palanquin carriers by the orders of Hiranyakashipu, the son of Diti." So Yakshas were carrying his palanquin. "O Lord, in the form of Narasimhadev, you know how this demon gave trouble to everyone, but now you have killed him and his body is mixing with the 5 material elements." The Supreme Lord is a controller of the 10 senses, the 5 material elements, the 5 sense objects, the mind, the intelligence, the false ego, and the soul. Therefore, he is addressed as Panchavinsha, the 25th element. The inhabitants of the Yaksha planet are supposed to be the best of all servants, but Hiranyakashipu engaged them as palanquin carriers. The entire universe was in trouble because of Hiranyakashipu. But now that Hiranyakashipu's body was mixing with the 5 material elements, earth, water, air, fire, sky, everyone felt relief. Upon Hiranyakashipu's death, the Yakshas were reinstated in the original service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus they felt obliged to the Lord and offered their prayers. This is how powerful Hiranyakashipu was. Shri Kim Purusha Uchu, Vayam Kim Purushastvam tu Mahapurush Ishvaraha, Ayam Ku Purusho Nashtu, Dhik Krita Sadhu Bhir Yada. The inhabitants of Kim Purusha Loka said, "We are insignificant living entities, and you are the supreme personality of God, the supreme controller. Therefore, how we can offer suitable prayers unto you? When this demon was condemned by devotees because they were disgusted with him, he was then killed by you. The cause of the Supreme Lord's appearance upon this earth is stated in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. Whenever and wherever there is a decrease in religious principles and predominant rise in irreligion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as to establish the principles of religion. I advent myself, millennium after millennium. The Lord appears in order to execute two kinds of activities, to kill the demons and to protect the devotees. When the devotees are too disturbed by the demons, the Lord suddenly appears in different incarnations to give the devotees protection. The devotees following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj should not be disturbed by the demoniac activities of the non-devotees. Rather, they should stick to their principles as sincere servants of the Lord and rest assured that the demoniac activities directed against them will not be able to stop their devotional service. So this demoniac activities directed against the devotees, we should understand it's in Kali Yuga, all of us have these demoniac tendencies inside us. So here, demons and devotees, they live inside the same body. In Satyuga, they used to live on different planets. In Treta Yuga, on the same planet, but different countries. In Dwapar Yuga, same planet, same country, but different homes. But in Kali Yuga, same planet, same country, same house, same person has both demonic and divine tendencies. Now it depends which one we want to nourish. So even other people, because their demonic tendencies are more prominent or get more prominent, they try to put obstacles on the path of devotees' devotional service. So looking at this, as Prabhupada says, or Prahlad Maharaj's example is there, we should just carry on with our devotional service. We should not let anybody stop our devotional service. And the Lord, whether he comes himself to help, whether he helps through his Harinam, whether he helps through his other devotees, he'll definitely send help. So we just don't need to worry about that part. We just have to carry on with the devotion service with more determination, because definitely there will be obstacles or hindrances from other sources. It will definitely come. Text 54. Shri Vaitalika Uch Sabhasu Satreshu Tavamalam Yasho Gitva Saparyam Mahatim Labhamahe Yastamanashid Vashmesh Durjano Drishtaya Hataste Bhagvanyatamaya. The inhabitants of Vaitalika Loka said, Dear Lord, because of chanting your spotless glories in great assemblies and arenas of sacrifice, we were accustomed to great respect from everyone. This demon, however, usurped that position. Now, to our great fortune, you have killed this great demon, exactly as one cures a chronic disease. So even the Vaitalika Loka inhabitants, they were happy. Shri Kinnara Uchu Vayamesh Kinnara Ganas Tavanuga Diti Jain Vishtimam Vishtimam Unanukarita Bhavata Haresa Vrijino Vasahadito Narsimanath Vibhavaya No Bhava. The Kinnar said, O Supreme Controller, we are ever existing servants of your Lordship. But instead of rendering service to you, we were engaged by this demon in his service constantly and without remuneration. Wow. He was not even paying us. This sinful man has now been killed by you. Therefore, Lord Narasimhadev, our master, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Please continue to be our patron. Shri Vishnu Parshada Uchu Adyatad Dhanir Rupam Adbhutam Te Drishtam Na Sharanat Sarva Loka Sharma Soyam Te Vidikar Isha Vipra Shaptas Tasyedam Nidhanam Anugrihaya Vidmam. The associates of Lord Vishnu and Vaikuntha offered this prayer. O Lord, a supreme giver of shelter, today we have seen your wonderful form as Lord Narasimhadev, meant for the good fortune of all the world. O Lord, we can understand that Hiranyakashipu was the same Jai who engaged in the service but was cursed by Brahmins, who thus received the body of a demon. We understand that his having now been killed is your special mercy upon him. So Hiranyakashipu's coming to this earth and acting as the Lord's enemy was prearranged. Jai and Vijay were cursed by the Brahmins, Sanak, Sanat Kumar, Sanandan, and Sanatan, because Jai and Vijay checked these four Kumaras. The Lord accepted this cursing of his servants and agreed that they would have to go to the material world and would then return to Vaikuntha after serving the term of the curse. Jai and Vijay were very much perturbed, but the Lord advised them to act as enemies, for then they would return after 3 births. Otherwise, ordinarily, they would have to take 7 births. With this authority, Jai and Vijay acted as the Lord's enemies. And now that these two were dead, all the Vishnu Dutas understood that the Lord's killing of Hiranyakashipu was special mercy bestowed upon them. So Vishnu Duta, so the Parshads of Lord Vishnu from Vaikuntha, they understood. But see, all the inhabitants of upper planets or higher planetary systems, how they were praying, or our services were gone, or our wealth was looted, or wives were kidnapped, or this or that. Now everybody was happy that Hiranyakashipu was killed. But still the Lord is not pacified. So thus ends the 8th chapter. Lord Narasimhadev slays the king of the demons, and tomorrow we'll start studying 9th. Prahlad pacifies Lord Narasimhadev with prayers. So he was pacified with the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. So beautiful chapter is coming up. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danur Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, about this global pandemic, we can also say that this is a demon. Whatever it is going on now. And because of this only, everyone is constantly suffering. I mean, be it with the anxiety or definitely health issues. So because of that, one's mind is constantly engaged in the negative thoughts and everything. And I was just like trying to correlate with this story which we are discussing now. So in such situations, what should we understand here? Like Lord is not pleased with us or pleased with our service. Because of that, we are all suffering. And then he wants us to be more surrendered. Then only he will come and protect us all. Or how to see such situation?
See, one way of looking at it is that the Lord is not pleased with our service. And the service could be preaching service also, our devotion service, our chanting also. That's why we are suffering. But at the same time, there have been many advanced devotees like Bhakti Charu Maharaj or Pankajangri Prabhu. They also left their bodies because of Corona, and they have very wonderfully served the Lord. So in those cases, maybe the Lord has a different plan for them. That's all we can understand. But Definitely in our cases, yes, we are not serving properly. So we should get serious about our services.
Because Lord's plan and power is very inconceivable, and it is not possible to understand His plan. And with the right time only, with the right time only, again, Lord will come and then help us. But we don't know when the time will come. So till then, rather engaging our mind into more such news, negative thoughts. This is the only way left, right, Prabhuji? There is no other way.
Not that I know. There is no other way. And also at the same time, it's a blessing of this Corona time that we all are having more time to do devotional service. Now it's up to us how we spend that extra time, whether in more negative news or more positivity in our lives. Like we don't have to travel every day to work, so that time is saved. And and we are home, we cannot go outside, so might as well do more chanting and more other services.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, for many, this is like this situation is like blessing in disguise, and for many,
And now so many classes are happening online on different portals, and devotees can attend, and they've been attending, sitting at home, listening to different classes all over the world.
So it is exactly how we see a situation. It is our own way of seeing a situation, actually. If we take it positively, then we will grow. And then if we'll not, then we'll always lament.
Yeah. People are always lamenting. We, as a devotee, we have to see positively. And there are so many positives. There are many, many positives because of this pandemic.
Yes, Prabhuji, because of this pandemic only, I would say we are getting more and more associations because of constant regular classes. And in a way, although we are not getting the physical association, but because of the technology, again, we are able to connect still.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing actually. And also one more thing that we have to understand, that this, of course, yes, as you said, physical association is lacking, but at the same time, we have to become self-reliant. And sitting home alone, chanting or reading or doing other services, it really helps for us to go inside. When we cannot go outside, let's go inside. And that is the best thing to do. That can happen in this pandemic.
True, Prabhuji, right. As long as this body, then only we can remember God, we can do the service, then we can engage ourselves. But the moment if we are leaving this body, we don't know. If it happens suddenly, then again, we don't know where we are going actually. So still alive. So I think I should be fortunate enough.
Yeah, till we are here in this body, might as well make best use of it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your association, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. Thank you. Hare Krishna. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.